What's up, everybody? Your boys are back. The BCC boys, blue collar, average dudes into conspiracies, and we're going to tell you why. Today, we're going to drop some knowledge on our personalities, what makes us tick. Tim brought up a good concept when we were chilling last. Today, we're going to bring it to you live. What's the three most important things in the world besides sex? Music, art, and movies.
Movies defines it all.
You can break it down further, but those are my top three, and I think you agree.
Yeah, you get a lot of someone's personality when you talk about the movies that they like and why they enjoy them. So we're just going to kind of keep introing ourselves through the art of movies.
Why not?
I just fucked it up.
You're fine.
Great, we're back.
I think if I had to choose what orbits my interests, it's when the movie captures all three. It's art, the soundtrack's on pinnacle point, and there may be some sex.
That's all part of life. It's all part of reality.
I had a birthday party, and I love Friday the 13th, best movies. And
oh, wow.
My mom and grandma came down and be like, we have cake. Right on a titty scene.
Classic. Everyone knows that.
And I got fucking 10 little 8-year-olds, and my mom's like, now I know why you want me to rent these. And that's just fucking classic. But
of course.
Anyways, about deviating. Tim, I want to know a little more about yours. I think we align on a few. We haven't pre-discussed this. We just brought up a topic and said, tomorrow I'll just have some. I shoot from the hip. I don't like writing things down because I end up crossing things out later. But I did write a few down, and I think Tim did too.
Yeah, I've got a list of about 20 here. Who knows which ones I'll hit and which ones I won't. But to kind of bring one up, the kind of movie that, or just talk about one that's on this list that I saw most recently and is kind of timely with the death of Val Kilmer. But Tombstone.
Oh, buttery.
Dude, one of the best movies I've ever seen. Watching it as a rental at home by myself, I exclaimed so many times. I said, oh my God, a good dozen times, just because of how hard those scenes hit. Each line, each shot, each scene, it just back to back. And it's not trying to be a gritty, realistic Western movie. This isn't a tale of the Wild Wild West.
Hey.
This is a movie's movie. This is pure cinema, and it hit on all cylinders.
Because it's a 90s movie.
Great time.
We're old school. I'm 43. Puppets were more real to me.
Absolutely.
Than some fake CG bullshit. And in that movie, you just had the grit. An actor, a camera. And dude, when you go behind the scenes, those rooms, the town, it looked real.
Yeah.
And you see it now, you're like, oh, that's a
total movie.
A fucking Hollywood
It's a total
set.
movie, yeah.
And two, lines for days. If you can't quote 20 fucking lines, and Val Kilmer, God bless him, that was another guy who stuck it to the industry and didn't get a gig for 15 years. But you know what? You die a bigger legend because you didn't ruin your
That first scene where the bad guys go into the little pueblo during the wedding and they kill the husband, they kill the priest, they kill all the friends and cousins with absolutely no remorse. When those guys come to your town, it is bad news, and they set that up early and often, and it really set the tone for that movie. This is a...
What'd he say, Ringo? He said, you're the devil, you,
Yeah.
Oh, no, what'd he say? He's like, Ringo's all, that's not what he said.
Yeah. Classic.
But how'd Ringo go down?
It's a perfect setup, a perfect scene, and it just keeps unfolding for the 2+ hours that movie goes on. Pure cinema.
I'm your Huckleberry. Ringo's like, I was just fooling around. He's like, I wasn't.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
He thought he was going to find Wyatt. He found the devil.
Yeah, Wyatt didn't want to step up at that moment. He got caught off guard a little bit, but Doc Holliday was right there to back him up. You want some? I'm here.
Because you're my friend.
Back off, Ringo.
But I don't have any. Yeah, Ringo got served, and he's a sick actor, too. Again, when you can watch a movie, we were younger. Oh, here's another one after this.
Yeah.
We were younger, but it was a real characters.
Yeah, the last time I had watched it was on VHS as a kid when it first came out.
Well, this is the guy from Terminator 1.
Michael Biehn.
Fucking hell.
Classic.
And then they had him in Planet Terror, which is a fucking brilliant cameo.
Great cast through and through.
But
movie.
I watched Tombstone on shrooms.
Oh, wow. That's a whole different
When
world.
Billy Bob gets bitch slapped, I thought this is Hollywood a bit.
That's great, though.
But I laughed. I'm like, but it wasn't bullshit.
No.
If you watch mainstream TV on a primal instinct explosion going through your body, you can deviate from what's fact and fiction. But that movie was entertaining as fuck. It's like watching The Simpsons. It's
Totally. It's a
be,
cartoon. It's a comic book come to life.
Right, but their verbiage, what they're saying, and what they're showing you all orbits art, music, and reality and fact.
Great.
And that's why those things will be funny and cool 100,000 years from now.
So go ahead. What's one of your faves, Grant? I mean, Eli.
Oh, yeah. Grins. People ask me these questions, and I kind of have a lot of fun answering them, but I blow their heads because I'm like so explicit to music, movies. What decade? American? Is it something else? Horror, drama. It's like without boring everybody, but a lot of my stuff orbits the horror stuff. But I think more modern or more old school, because when it comes down to the old school, I have a bunch. But if you want me to name one,
Go ahead. Give us a title.
what's influenced me in my life since I was a child is Jaws.
Oh, wow.
I'm obsessed with sharks and have been since. I've seen the movie so many times, I've seen it in slow motion. Because I have a photographic memory, and I can paint you any scene from any part of Jaws, especially Quint getting grubbed. So, again, you got John Williams in the soundtrack.
Classic. Classic Spielberg, John Williams.
And for someone who's owned thousands of records, and I don't anymore. And again, what's your favorite right now? I could tell you, a year ago, if you asked me that, it'd still be Jaws, but we're going to get into a few more. But it shifts because some people go away.
Sure.
Sometimes people get caught doing terrible things, and the industry's full of that shit. So I could add another 10 on here that I don't want to even, because of the people involved. Jaws is mine right now. What do you got?
Classic movie, classic slow burn, classic where they don't reveal the monster, kind of a scene by scene, shot by shot movie, line by line. I just watched the classic Robert Shaw monologue the other day, The Doll's Eyes. 1,300 men go in the water, blah, blah, blah. It's just so classic.
USS Indianapolis.
So quotable, exactly. I'm sure you know it way better than I do, but I always go back to that scene, and it tells the tale. It sets up the monster better than any reveal could.
Who's the monster, Quint or Jaws?
Oh, good question.
And that's what I love, those YouTube. The guy makes the what do you call it? Like, the preview looks like a comedy.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber looks like a horror film.
Yeah. Mrs. Doubtfire becomes the horror movie. Classic.
But there's a writer for Jaws. He's actually a character. You see him, he works for the town. He's in a suit. He's actually the big guy. I don't know his name, and that's why I bum out this stuff. But he was also in Indiana Jones. He's the one that comes to Indiana Jones, one of the two guys. He's like, we have to find Brody, or like, and then he draws Egypt and the thing revolving Christ.
Sure.
He's the big fellow with the mustache. He's a writer, and Spielberg loves him. He uses him on everything. But there was something in that scene on the Orca where they had some dead time. So overnight, he had wrote a dialogue for Quint. They're showing each other's scars. I could show you my own. He's like, what's that say, Mom? He's like, that's the USS Indianapolis. And both Brody, they shut the fuck up.
Uh-huh.
Out of respect.
Totally. Let it play out.
He's all, Toby, he's a baseball player. Big guy. I paddled over him to wake him up. He popped over like a top. Shark bit him clean in half.
Yep.
He's all never put on a life vest again.
Wow.
And then my biggest fear, everyone thinks I skate and surf and all this other shit. I'm a water person. I love that. But you watched me when I was younger. I was like more terrified. But if I was out in the middle of the ocean, I just swim into its mouth. Like, get it over with. He's all, I watched every guy get picked up, and I was the last one. He's all, I just thought I was going to get hit right before that hand grabbed mine.
And of course, that brings up the memory of us going fishing together on a charter boat, seeing a 20-plus foot great white live. It did all the moves. There was a dead whale kind of out in the ocean, caught in a net.
Oh my God.
And this thing just came in and fed. It did the fin, the full Jaws fin
Right.
attack. Was 6 feet underwater. You could get a full view of the giant monster. And like you said, the mouth was so big you could jump right in if you wanted to. It could swallow you in one bite.
I remember like it was yesterday.
So clear.
We got a call on the Gentleman's.
The gentleman was the boat. Yeah.
We went out to the islands. Great white sighting. We go over to this location. I'm like, this is a dead baby gray whale. Got caught in a net. Mind you, this is out at the islands would have been, we left at 5. This has been like 8 a.m. It's still dark.
Yeah, it was
water.
still early. I was sleeping down kind of in the food area. And then my dad says, great white sighting. And I was like, no way, some stupid shark, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Sure enough, there it was, the absolute monster.
Someone's like, where the fuck is it? And I looked over, and again, it's getting lighter, but that's their camo. You're seeing a white line looking on its belly. And I looked over the side of the boat, and it was like a VW bug. And I was like, he's right here.
Yeah.
It's like, and I worked at Keenan. I was selling 20-foot sticks of copper and shit. That thing it was bigger than that.
It was. It really
I could grab
was.
a piece of pipe, cut it in 10 feet, like eyeballing. This thing was like 24, 25 foot. And then when the light came out, you could see bigger great whites that were caught in the net. I was just praying, I'm like, just hook that net and drag them ashore so I could cut the jaw out. But when you're looking at boogie board size bite marks, and again with the momentum, it would shake the whale.
Sure.
And sharks do this thing when they feed on a whale, they swim upside down from all the blubber. They're drunk at this point. You know, Thanksgiving, you're like tapped out because you ate so much. But that was deviating a bit. But
No, it's
that
hard
was
not to bring that up when we're
was
talking about Jaws.
that was
especially
the-
when we're here together. We were both
Oh
there.
my god, that's the highlight of my life.
It wa-
We went out 2 months later, and I'm gung ho gusto. Like this happens every time you go out on a boat. I've never caught a fish in my life anyway, and I was seasick the whole fucking time.
Sure.
We were hungover. I was hungover. Tim's a straight edge. But
Nah.
but anyways, that was my personal Jaws.
Totally.
Yours too. That was amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I still have the cutout of the paper. And the photo they used was where we were at.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, it was from the boat in front of us because they had the shark biting the whale, and we would have been behind the shark.
I've seen that clipping twice. My uncle's got it up in his little pub that he has at his house.
Oh, bitch.
And it's up at the tackle shop over there at Ventura Harbor. So
Yeah.
anytime you want to see it, it's there, and it's a freaking monster.
Epic.
Now let's get back to movies. One that we saw together and we went back the next day to see again was another kind of comic book turned movie. Probably the best comic book translation of a movie all time was Sin City.
Bitch, yeah. There's a big thing with Robert Rodriguez. He's independent.
He's on Joe Rogan. I think it was just yesterday.
No shit.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
on
the one we
that.
gotta watch.
I'm all over that.
Well, we're running out of battery, so let's conclude this one. But
We're wrapping this up, but I want to bring up Robert Rodriguez, but to another movie involving art, music. He does his own soundtracks. He does his own symmetry. What do you want to call it? But the movie's got lines for days. If you're sensitive to people talking during a movie, don't watch this movie.
yeah,
with me.
scene for scene, shot by shot, pulled right out of the comic book, line for line. It's just,
The night was hot as hell.
it's epic cinema. It's a
And
classic.
you got great actors. You watch these movies like Wes Anderson, Robert Rodriguez, these guys, Broken Lizards. I like seeing the same set of actors with a caliber and quality to collaborate.
Totally. And they've done dozens of comic book movies since, but none of them hit with those adult themes and kind of the darkness and shots pulled right out of the book like they did there.
A small little snippet. We'll get back to this too. But Quentin had gone to Robert Rodriguez's house. They've been trying to do this since the 90s.
Sure.
And his assistant's a comic book buff. So when we walked in, we saw Frank Miller.
Uh-huh. Oh.
He's all, oh my God, that's Frank Miller. He's like, he's with Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. He's like, right on, guys. That's Frank Miller.
Yeah.
And that's when he's like, I know they're working on something.
It's working on. It's going to work.
So let's talk about the reasons why we like it when we come back.
Another classic, boys. We'll see you again.
Girls, too.